The images are still vivid. The emotions still run deep. With the tragic events 6 months behind us, New Yorkers are still forced to confront the aftermath. To live in a city, in a world, which may have been changed forever by one act of terrorism.
We face this area from where we live, and when I look out of my window, it's empty now. I don't see the Twin Towers. It's like an empty space.
But slowly, the city is recovering. Even businesses near Ground Zero have sprung back to life, proving that New Yorkers are a tough breed, even if some are still troubled.
People are a little bit more careful as to, how they go about doing their daily chores.
If something happens on the subway, your life kind of stops, in the morning and rush hour, things like that. Insecurity, and I don't want to fly.
But people are flying again, even if it means long lines and tighter security.
It's starting to come back to being a little more like New York. People are starting to get back into the flow of things, and it's good. I think we have to move on, but we can't forget either.
How can you forget? Buildings considered sensitive have been turned into fortresses. Identification cards must be checked before you can get into work. But New Yorkers have seemingly risen above the new obstacles.
They're a little more courteous. For New Yorkers, that's a wonderful thing. And there is a difference among people. I hope it doesn't change. The patriotism.
The American flag is now everywhere, on buildings, in windows, and on cars, even if some of those flags are starting to look a little bit tattered. The Museum of Modern Art has invited everyday citizens to send photographs to an exhibit called Life of the City, a way to celebrate the city in the wake of September 11th.
I'm actually very moved by the pictures that people have brought us. A lot of people have responded to this opportunity to show us what they love about the city. So many different things that it makes you again delighted and proud to live here.
The Museum of the City of New York also felt it needed to respond. A photo tribute to New York's bravest was planned nearly overnight. Another exhibit, which was 2.5 years in the making, faced a crisis. The museum knew it needed to expand a celebration of Arab Americans in New York City.
September 11th is something that happened to all New Yorkers, including Arab New Yorkers.
The exhibit notes that Arab Americans died at the Trade Center and were also called to the war on terrorism.
I don't think this is the last of it with the terrorism. I think they're going to come back, whether it's New York or Los Angeles or wherever. I think that this should be a wake-up call to the world to know that things like this happen and we can't take life for granted and never forget. Never.